Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Rival. I'm bringing you some Heroes of the Storm commentary and gameplay, featuring a guy who I used to play Dissidia with sometimes, and in Heroes of the Storm, not so often. But let me introduce him. I'm playing with Conda here. He's not here for dual commentary, but he is the Ariel player in this game. If you don't know who Ariel is, then you probably didn't play Diablo or Heroes of the Storm before. So she's an angel from Diablo 3. And I'm playing Kel'Thas, Prince Kel'Thas Sunstrider from the Warcraft series. Or if you played World of Warcraft during Burning Crusade, he was one of the bosses. So, Conda's joining me here. So he doesn't really play this so often. And this was one of the games where I thought we both did pretty well. He's actually playing Ariel for the completely first time. Did absolutely no research on her at all. Just decided to pick her up. First time trying her. I thought he did a pretty good job. But he had me here. I'm just kidding. So for this, I'm playing a Kel'Thas. Looking at their team comp, it's pretty beefy and melee heavy, sort of. They look like they're going to group a lot, which Kel'Thas is really good for. He's a burst slash, I'd say, constant damage assassin with his living bomb and his flame strike. So in other words, his Q ability and his W ability as well. So that's what I'm gonna try and do here. I'm currently in the lane by myself because, well, first off, Conda, he's a support. He's playing a healer role. I think he gets picked off here. I'm not totally sure. Oh no, he lives. Okay. So with Ariel, she's a weird kind of support. She gains her ability power or her energy from an ally that she crowns, or her special ability. So she gains energy based off of that and her own attacks and her own abilities. So she's probably not best paired with me since I do more burst, and it takes a little while for her to build more energy. So right here in the laning phase, which is pretty much from levels 1 to 10, I'm pretty much alone against the Probius, or the Probe if you played StarCraft. He's actually a character in Heroes of the Storm. So I'm laning against him. I seem to be doing well, but I believe this was during Probius' first week, where he was really OP, but not too many people knew how to play him super competently. So, good for me. He was OP, so noobs and half-decent players could give you a hard time, but Kel'Thas is one of my main assassin damage dealing, I kill everyone on their team kind of guys. So not the best, I'd say, matchup for him and their team comp anyway, because they like to group a lot, especially the Morales, Diablo, and Dahaka, even Cassio, and especially on a map like this where it's you have to group up in order to fight, like this choke point here. It's good for me because my convection, my Q, can group up and do a lot of damage to them. My W, Living Bomb, can spread and do damage. You're going to see a triple kill later on during this match as well. I'm not going to give a spoiler when it happens, but it does happen. And look at that Living Bomb right there. It's just spreading. Probius almost dies. That was kind of bad on me. I could have finished him if I did like another auto attack or two. But to my opinion, people are obsessed about getting the kills in this game. Well, kills does win games, and it is very important. I do think another important factor is being able to push people back. So in early laning phase, and even for objectives, I do think getting the kill is the main priority. The main thing you want to do. It's the most desired kind of a thing. But if you're unable to get that kill, in my opinion, pushing them back is very key and winning the objective, which is what we do here. 39 to 35, but we'll get it with the 40. We're going to get our objective, our Punisher. That'll give us some big power and a triple kill by me. Look at that in the top left corner. Kel'Thas triple kill, all thanks to me. I'm just kidding. Now, another thing about Heroes of the Storm, very team-based game, but another thing to note is it is hard to carry people. Like, you need to be really, I wouldn't say, it's hard to carry people. It's a very team-based game. Like, for example, I said there, oh, I killed them because of me. Well, but in reality, I did do the damage, but we also had the front lines, we also had damage dealers with us. So I wasn't there alone in it. So I give the credit to them too. I was doing the big deeps, doing the big damage, giving them the big D, but it's a team game. Everyone's there, and we all win this together pretty much. So right here, we're on the retreat. Dahaka gets the tongue, gives Joanna some tongue, and she dies. Butcher goes in there. I believe he dies too. Oh wait, or do we get out? I think we get out here. But Dahaka, he's the alien-looking guy with the tongue. Man, his tongue, man. I do not want to get a French kiss from that alien. That tongue usually means death. Diablo's dead, living bomb, Butcher with the charge, and oh, I get the killing blow. But Butcher's added damage did help me get that kill. So right here, we have a bunch of people in the middle lane, which I stay there for most of the game, or at least until pre-10. It's because we need to get our experience. So right now, the game is looking really good for us. We have the level lead. We're almost to level 8, while they're still not halfway towards level 8. And in terms of kills, we have 7, they have 5. Structures, 6, 6. Really even, but I do believe we have the later advantage. So Kelthos, the character I'm using, he's much better in the late game. He's actually quite OP. He can be really overpowered in the late game. If he gets all his stuff, like his talents, if you build them correctly, he can blow up comps that are very melee heavy, or comps that have to stick together, kind of like their comp. So he's really OP against those kind of comps. Butcher as well, he's like fine wine. Kelthos, even Raynor, Joanna's pretty solid throughout. Ariel, yeah, I'd say Butcher, Ariel, Raynor, Kelthos, they're like fine wine. You know, the more they age, the better they're gonna be. So it's in our favor, really. I think every hero gets better as the game progresses, yes. But in terms of maximum power and maximum potential, definitely Kelthos is definitely up there. Nazebo's actually not in this quick match, but you know what I mean. They age like fun one. So we're almost level 10 here. 10 is the huge power spike. That's when you get your heroic ability, or if you guys play Dissidia or other games, it's kind of like your limit break or your overdrive, which is what we need here in order to really change the tide and really get this objective. So I'm kind of contemplating what I'm going to get here, but I get the Phoenix. So it really zones them out. It's a circular, so whenever anyone steps into that, like an enemy, they're going to take big damage. Which is really good for this map too. Nice stun by Conda, Momto on the Ariel. Really good stun hitting it. Good skill shot by him. Especially this is his first time playing Ariel, and I believe it's been a couple months since he actually played the game, so really good by him. You should see me when I play this game after a while. Not so sharp. But I'm gonna go ahead and clear this mini wave so we can do a better push. It doesn't push onto our objectives. We're gonna go for the camp right here. And so after they're done clearing our Punisher here, that can actually push after, and they can't really rest. Good Butcher, good with the pickoff, but he's really in there. I might let him die because I do not want to die. I want the MVP this game. I want to be the top dog, but I think he gets away. Yeah, okay. Maybe if I went in there, but the tower and the structure is right there, I could have gotten killed. But it's better to, in my opinion, play safe for the most part. Well, actually, since it's early, we can't afford to play more aggressively, but I don't know. People get mad when you die in your feed, so better not to die. But more importantly, not to die in the late game. So I set the Phoenix right there. I just want to go out. I think the Butcher Diablo dies here. He goes in too deep. He wants the Butcher. He sees the chef and wants him to cook some meat, but he ends up backing away. I thought he was going to die there, or my memory was fade, but I say retreat. This is a bad fight for us. I'm low on health and mana, so mana meaning my energy, or if you're from Hawaii, the mana. But anyway, yeah, I tapped a well here to restore my health and my mana. They're going to do camps. So the map is looking favorable. I mean, the match Anyways, looking favorable for us. Sorry about the cops. I don't know why people are doing things in Korea, but sorry if you hear the sirens in the background. I live near the street. But anyway, this is looking good for us. We do have a fort down. The Haka might die here. Or actually, Rainer pushes him away. Yeah, it's all good. Conda in the top lane. Not so bad. I prefer he be with the Rainer. But he's soaking some XP, so that's good for us. Well, there's a saying in StarCraft 2 and in life in general. If you're ahead, get even more ahead. So that's not bad. I mean, he's not dying, we're not dying, so it works out, even though he's the support. So as long as we don't die, and he's soaking... Actually, it's good that he's in the top lane to clear the mercenary camp, which can push the fort and the structure. So, good job by him. But we need to kind of back off now, which is what the Butcher is doing. And Living Bomb going ham. So he can afford... I lost my train of thought. He can afford to let me do that. I can afford to do that because he's in the front. He's kind of a beefy target. So they're going to focus all on him. Jojo's going to die there. Rest in pieces. But we do have level 13. And Conda and I up here. We can clear this pretty fast. But, oh, he didn't clear that. Oh, my bad. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. That can really push as well. I'm going to try and clear the minion waves too. So we can get that lane pushing. Get back to our... pushing and dominant ways. So right here, I'm gonna drop. I can afford to drop the Phoenix here to zone them out. And Conda's in trouble. He might die. Yeah, he did die, but this is gonna force them back a bit, which is good. And Rainer, unfortunately, dies. Maybe if I spaced more correctly, we would have survived here. But I'm chasing back the Haka, doing a ton of damage to him. But Jojo going in, I'm not so sure if this is a good idea. But she's probably one of the more tanky tanks in the game, along with Barry and Rin. But, oh, they don't kill her. Butcher's going in. I'm trying to get in there. I'm pretty low on mana, but the Living Bomb spreads. Oh, it doesn't spread. But they have to be really careful for this. So we get the Frozen Punisher here. Good. Engage going in by Joanna. So that was risky, but it was definitely worth it. And they want a resurrect by Conda here, who is the angel. One of her heroics is to be able to resurrect someone, as in bring them back to life if they have gotten killed by an enemy. Or by anything, rather. She can bring them back. I don't think that's the desired ult in pro play, but this is quick match, and sometimes actually being very unorthodox or being very different can throw off your opponent as well. So resurrecting can be really good. Or they can actually feed and die from that, but our team doesn't seem to be that bad today, and he's actually doing quite a good job for the first time. Since they're pushed back a bit, we can go ahead and get these siege camps or mercenaries, which are quite strong. They can beat regular minion waves. They can even push or take down a structure if left unchecked. So very, very important to get those throughout the game. So while they're pushing, an enemy has to go and clear them, because if they don't clear them, those mercenaries are going to clear your structures and sometimes can even push you back further into the game. So it's always good to get these mercenaries, especially when you're ahead or even trying to sneak them. Your opponent's going to have to do more work in order to catch up. Mercenaries, I believe, are like an OMG game-defying in terms of that respect, but getting them will definitely give you an advantage in the push. And it gives your opponent more things to do. So get mercenary camps when you can. If you're a hero or character that can solo these merc camps, do them as much as possible. Or if you can solo them, even better. So right now we're going to try and invade this. I'm not sure. I think we get it. We have our level 16. We are a talent tier ahead. I can drop my Phoenix. I'm kind of hiding in the bush because I'm afraid they can come and jump on me. With Kael though, he can do a lot of damage. But he also is very squishy and can die. I do have a stun to kind of zone them out and can run away, but that's his only means of escaping. Other than that, he's very, very squished, but he can do a ton of damage, which is the trade-off. You know, there's positives and negatives to almost actually anything, and any hero or character in this game. But that's Kel'Thas. He can do a ton of damage, but he needs to be against the right comp, and he needs like the right tanks or frontline people, such as we see the Butcher, the guy with the axe, Jojo, the woman with the shield. So they give me, if it weren't for them, I can't do what I'm doing right now. I can't do my big damage. And of course the support healing me as well, another very, very important role, which a lot of people don't want to play. They think it's the easiest role, but it's also very important. I believe all the roles are important, but probably the most important is the damage dealing killer. But other than that, the tank, the support, they're all very, very strong as well. So if you're a support main, I'm actually a support main. If someone's telling you, oh, you play support and all that, well, you're the person who wants to play the role that no one else wants to play, and it's also very, very important. People can say what they want. It is much easier to carry as a damage dealer or a tank, in my opinion, but you can also do it as support. It's much harder, but it's very, very possible. So for all you supports out there, all you different players, you can make a difference, and support is a huge deal. Difference between life and death. So right now we're going to try and push here. But you're getting those kills. You can actually end the game, and if you're looking at the timer in the right corner, it is the end of the game pretty much. We're racing down their core. It is going down. We're blowing it up. Actually, not yet. We're going up their structure, but we're doing very well. They can't do anything. We're almost level 20, 19 to 16, 3-level lead, 20 kills to 13 kills. We have all our structures up. They have one. Versus the core, 40, 39, 30, 27, 20, 18, 19, 9, 0, GG. So really good game. I'm glad Conda could join me for this one, and I'm glad we actually got to pull off such a great, dominating game here. So who gets the MVP, I wonder? Wow, me. So 10 kills, 8 assists. Top hero, I believe top hero, top siege damage, top experience. Let me check the stats here. 3 people vote for me. Yep. Top siege, top hero, top XP contribution, all across the board, even include the enemy. But I couldn't have done that without my team, and it was really fun. Thank you again, Conda, for joining me in that play, and it's really good to play with someone who I played Dissidio with. So if you guys are interested in playing some Heroes of the Storm with me, if you're a subscriber or something, that'd be cool. I don't really play Dissidia right now. I can't play Dissidia right now. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy my different games right now, and I'll try and do more Dissidia videos in the future. Thanks so much, and see you soon.